Hello there. Welcome to Tubi Tuesday. And today we're looking at Cannibal Farm, which is a ripoff of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can tell from the cover. That's what it is. Of the boy with the melted face. That is the character's name. There's a poem thing at the beginning. If you go to the Hanson farm, because Gunnar Hansen, beware of the boy with the melted face. But this movie goes to show you that the boy with the melted face is the least of your problems if you go to that farm. This was... So I'm sure I'm going to miss some things because there's so much that happens in this movie. The movie's an hour and 46 minutes, but it's not that long. It's a little bit over an hour and a half. But it feels like it goes on forever. There's so many twists and turns in this movie. It just keeps going. The main plot is about a family, which is a woman, her two sons, her daughter. Her daughter is grown. Her oldest son is 18. Her daughter's boyfriend, and they're both vegan. And then her husband, Wesley, who's an asshole. And they're going on a vision. They're going on a vacation, is what I meant to say. Not vision. It's like a little camping trip thing. And they end up at the Hanson farm. Right? But that's not where we start. No. We start many moons ago with a story. After the warning about going to the Hanson farm, we go back in time. And we see this little boy playing with a doll with a sack head on his face. The doll is a sack head, not him. And the two other boys pick on him, bully him. They put him in a potato sack. Pretty big potato sack. And they kind of just sit on him while they're smoking cigarettes. These adolescent children, they would obviously be smoking cigarettes. I never believed that. Okay? It's weird. It's too weird for these, 10 to 12-year-olds to be smoking that early. Now, to find out my mom started smoking when she was 13, I guess it happens. And I do remember when I was a kid, I think I was older than this kid, but this kid looked younger than me, and he was at his... Hello! He had a cigarette in his hand. He was smoking. So it's like, don't do that. Right? Hello? We have turbulence here? Stop it! I'm trying to talk about this movie. Okay? Damn it! There goes the empty tissue box. Anyway, so, as they're sitting there torturing this kid in the sack, right? One of the kids puts the lit cigarette on top so he could do something else, and to their shock and surprise, it sets the bag on fire. Their response is to fling it into the river with the boy still in it. Somehow, landing in the water does not put the fire out, which it would. They show it as if it just lands, and that's it. That's not how water works. Especially with the fact that there is a boy in there, so his weight would make it go underwater first. The fire would be put out. But it's just there. And then they freak out. And they run off. And apparently the mom, who, by the way, looks 30 years younger than the dad, because... for some reason, they didn't have the budget to hire a younger actor or even to make this guy look younger than he's supposed to be. So it's the same actor, but his wife looks like she's late 20s, early 30s, and he's 60. That's what it looks like. She apparently sees this happen and freaks out. So he goes in there, and it takes forever for him to get there. Finally putting the fire out to reveal It's not that bad of prosthetic, but it still just looks like something they put on his face. It doesn't look like it's actual burns. But yeah, and apparently this whole event was so bad, and she can't stand to live with this scarred child, so she sets herself on fire. The wrong way. Now, there's no right way to set yourself on fire, let me tell you that much. But it's always how it's portrayed in movies. It's never how it would actually work. Okay, because here's the thing. She dumps what is obviously water on her, but it's supposed to be gasoline. She dumps it on her, and she lights the match, and she stands there holding it. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Because you see, it's not the contact with the gasoline that would light it on fire. The fumes would light it. Every movie and TV show gets this fucking wrong. Because they say, gasoline wouldn't light it until you flick it on to the gasoline itself. Bullshit. The fumes would light. So she's standing there holding it. Not smiling, but she's standing there holding it. Like, no, she would be on flame already. She'd set stuff on fire. And then later we get to see what her dead corpse looks like. It's the skeleton you get from a science classroom. That's what it is. And then we cut to our main characters. We have Wesley, who's an asshole. That's his whole thing. He's an asshole. He's the stepfather. He married. He does not take any of her children as his children, as his family. He just loves his wife. And so, yeah, and they're all assholes to each other. The daughter shows up. She's running late. She's with her boyfriend. They later say that they're vegan. And look, it's another thing. It's like what I said with the Jesus thing. If you want to pray Jesus, that's fine. If you want to be a vegan, that's fine. Don't try to push it on me, though, okay? And don't try to make me look guilty for eating meat, okay? Because that's not fair to me. You don't see me whacking my leg. Oh, you should eat meat. Like, oh, you're gonna get fat. Too late. Oh, it's gonna give you a heart disease. Probably too late. You know, it's just, I mean, all my life, and I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't eat meat. Because meat tastes good, right? I'll stop eating it as soon as they stop making it taste good. And I've had some of the veggie stuff, and some of that stuff is good. Like, they had veggie chicken nuggets that are real good. So good, in fact, that one time the Groby was here, right? And I made them, and he's like, chicken? I'm like, not really. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, these are veggie chicken nuggets. Bullshit. Try one. They're good. So some things can be good that way. But I don't know if I could, strictly eat only that. I would need real meat. Because I had sort of a diet like that, where I would eat stuff like that. But I would also get hamburger and stuff like that. Because I don't think I could go cold turkey like that. I need the meat. I grew up with the meat. I need the meat. Right? But yeah, she's like, well, we're vegan and all that. So then, and Wesley's an asshole. I keep saying this, but he is. And he's like, no cell phones on this trip. I said no cell phone. Later he's like, oh, there should be a cell phone up here. They're British, by the way. At least this can tell you that they're British. And it's weird to have a Texas Chainsaw movie that's British, because you think Texas Chainsaw, you think rednecks. Are they British rednecks? I guess. Oh, there's a scene that I fast forwarded through, because it feels like it goes on forever. They drive by the Hanson farm and they see the guy, the dad. I couldn't recognize him at first, but it is him. And he's sitting there talking about his tea or something. He wants some apple cider. Probably doesn't sound that bad. No, and he's like, hey, you got me. How you get your stuff? I get some lemonade. I got right now. So get your bit, and it just goes on and on. I'm like, get over it and drive off. This goes on for. I can't understand what he's saying, so I don't want to sit there with him rumbling and mumbling. Is what I'm saying, not brumbling, whatever that means. Mumbling, whatever. that night, so they set up a tent. And my thought is, why? They have an RV. They set up a tent. He's like, that's not my fucking tent. Where's my tent? The one I grew up with when I was a kid. And I'm like, really? That thing's gotta be like 50 years old. What do you mean? This dude's like 50 at least. It's gotta be at least 45 years old. What are you talking about? Maybe older if it was, I don't know. But he's in this nice red one. And then the boyfriend goes out to have a smoke. And it's like, oh, so you're not cool with eating, it's not cool to eat meat, but it's okay to poison your lungs. That's okay. And then he bumps into Wesley. He's like, oh. He's like, what are you doing out here? Oh, the same thing you suppose. Having a cigarette. This is not a cigarette. This is a cigar. I think they call them cigarellos. What it look like. Have one every once in a while. Don't tell the wife. And he's like, yeah, don't tell mine either, you know. They come back to find that the wife, the mom, was in the tent and it's on fire, so she's burnt. It's sort of the same kind of stuff they gave to the kid earlier. So they're like, oh, we gotta go back to that farm, and we need to, I don't mean to keep doing the British accent, they go back to the farm, and we need to talk to them, maybe they can help us. And by the time they get back there, it's broad daylight. And I'm wondering, how the hell did they find it? Like, okay, so we gotta get in, we need the hospital. I can't find the farm. So we need to, well, anyway, there's a whole thing when they're driving, where they're like, oh, we need to stop and ask for directions. Where? We're in the middle of nowhere. He says as a very obvious car drives by them in his window. Because they obviously filmed this on the freeway or somewhere on an active street and didn't think, you know, to not do it where there were cars. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the farm. They somehow found it in the dark and now it's daytime. And they get there and everything just kind of goes off the rails. As soon as they get there, we see the boy with the melted face dragging a chainsaw, and it's Leatherface if he went on a diet, or Jenny Craig, because he's not that fat. He's like, and then the other guy, you picked the wrong farm, and he shoots Wesley. I'm like, yay, Wesley's dead. I mean, oh no, Wesley's dead, but he's not dead because it's revealed in twist number 1 of 45 that it was just rock salt, and that Wesley is in on it, and he's sending his family to these cannibals. But just the kids, his daughter, and the boyfriend. He expected for his wife to just leave him, right? Would it have been easier if they had, like, if he told his wife, hey, let's go for a little walk in the moonlight, and they walked away from it, and then they had those other guys just show up and grab the kids and take them away? And so, oh, we'll find a town, we'll find a place. I don't know. I just don't think there was any scenario where the wife would have been in on this. I just don't think so. But it's made obvious that he thought he and the wife were going to get away. And I'm like, wait, so did he set her on fire as a way to get them out of there? That doesn't make any sense either. I don't know. But yeah, and it's revealed that this guy is selling human meat to the cannibal man, right? And then he tells us the story of what happened afterwards, because we see at the beginning that he grabs his shotgun, puts a couple rounds in, and takes off. So he went to the farm of the two boys that did that to his son and ultimately caused his wife's schmooshmide. And he took a couple shots and missed, because, well, he got the wife. No, he shot the wife and he shot the husband, but not to death. He shot the husband in the leg. He shot the wife. They're both still alive. One of the kids is there. The other one runs off, and he's able to get this little pea shooter out. No, actually, it's the it shoots him. So that kid's dead. Or so we think. Clearly dead from that shot, but later it's revealed that the kids are still alive and are living underground or something. I don't know. It's also revealed that the dude in charge of this whole thing, the cannibal thing, is the dad of the two boys that did that to the boy with the melted face. Because it's like, he's the only one to ever escape. And then it's like, surprise, I'm the mastermind. And he's like, whoa. And, yeah. There's so much that happens. They put Toby, the older brother, in the furnace. And then later, when they open it, he comes out, and then the sister shoots him in the head. And Mom's like, you just shot your brother. She's like, that's not Toby anymore. Wesley dies. Oh no! He gets killed at some point. And I'm assuming the boy with melted face gets killed at some point too. There's so much happening. So then, the younger brother and the mom are told to leave. She says, I'm going to make sure, the sister says, I'm going to make sure this place, there's no farm left. I'm going to burn it down. And so, the sister and the little brother take off. And then it cuts to, because there's a whole thing where the people are in cages, and he's like, oh, I'm going to put the jumper cables on here. I'm going to electrify it. But it's a whole cage. And they're sitting, aren't they sitting on it? Shouldn't they be electrocuted already? Because the whole cage is electrocuted. Electrified, I should say. But no. No. No such. No. Well, we cut to at the end, more people in cages. And then the daughter walks up, because her boyfriend is dead now. And now she's chastising these people because she's the almighty vegan. And we're eating human flesh and meat and everything. And like, oh, this whole thing was ultimately an anti-meat eating message. What? And she tells the father guy, the Father Hansen, to get in the furnace. I don't know. It's implied that she's going to continue this, but she's not continuing what he was doing. She's punishing the people who eat the meat who did this. I guess it's a way I thought she was going to burn the place down. I don't know. It's way too confusing. And there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, or ripoff, excuse me. As a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff, I don't feel it works well enough because, like, the Leatherface type character is not that front and center for most of it. And I know that Leatherface himself is usually a side character in his own movies. But I feel like there's not enough other characters. Like, you just have, I guess you have Old Man Hansen and the neighbor guy that he goes crazy. That guy. Blackheart. Jeremiah Blackheart, whatever his name is. His name. Like, I don't know. It's stuck in the mud. You know, I'm not surprised these things are bad. By any means, but I just thought somebody should be better. You know? Man, you know? Man, you know? I just thought it would be better. You know? Nope. Nope. It's not. So, what are your thoughts on Cannibal Farm? Let me know how someone should like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. I was trying to run out the clock, but there's not enough. Maybe there is. I don't know. I can keep going. I'd rather you not. Shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up. Everybody shut up. Ah, still not done yet. I'm gonna finish the drink.